Have you ever felt like you were just going through the motions? Like your passion for what you once loved had fizzled out, replaced by a dull, predictable routine? That's exactly where Anna, a high school English teacher, found herself 5 years into her career. The spark she once had for literature and for shaping young minds had dimmed, buried under piles of papers to grade and endless administrative tasks. She was on the verge of burnout, questioning if she had made a mistake dedicating her life to teaching. Little did she know, a quiet student in the back of her classroom was about to change everything. This story isn't just about a teacher and a student. It's about how a single act of kindness can create ripples, transforming not just one life but two. It's about rediscovering your purpose in the most unexpected of places. Meet Maya. To most, she was practically invisible. She sat in the back row of Anna's 10th grade English class, her head often buried in a book or a sketchbook. She never raised her hand, rarely spoke to her classmates, and her grades were just average enough to not raise any alarms. Anna had noticed her, of course, but in a class of 35, it was easy for a quiet student like Maya to slip through the cracks. Anna was so caught up in her own exhaustion and disillusionment that she hadn't taken the time to look closer. She saw a shy student, and that was that. But one afternoon, something shifted. Anna was handing back essays on To Kill a Mockingbird. Most were predictable standard analyses. But when she got to Maya's paper, she stopped. The writing was breathtaking. It was raw, insightful, and full of a depth that Anna hadn't seen in years, not even from her top students. Maya wrote about Boo Radley not just as a mysterious character, but as a symbol of misunderstood loneliness, of the quiet suffering that happens when people are judged from a distance. The essay was deeply personal, written with an empathy that felt far beyond her years. Anna felt a jolt, a flicker of the old excitement she used to feel when she discovered a budding writer. Who was this girl? She looked up from the paper and saw Maya in the back, sketching in her notebook as usual, completely oblivious to the small miracle she had just performed. Anna knew she couldn't let this moment pass. This wasn't just a good essay. It was a cry for connection, hidden in plain sight. She had to know more. After class, as students shuffled out, Anna called out, "Maya, can you stay for a minute?" Maya's eyes widened in panic. She slowly approached the desk, clutching her backpack like a shield. "Am I in trouble?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. Anna smiled gently. "No, not at all. I just read your essay." She held it up. "It's brilliant. Truly, I haven't read anything this insightful in a long time." Maya just stared at the paper, then back at Anna, her expression a mix of disbelief and suspicion. No one had ever called her brilliant before. Anna continued, "You have a real gift for writing. Maya, you see the world in a way that most people don't. Have you ever considered joining the school's literary magazine?" Maya shook her head, looking down at her shoes. "I'm not good enough," she mumbled. "People would laugh." That's when Anna understood. Maya's silence wasn't just shyness. It was a wall built from fear and self-doubt. In that moment, Anna decision. She wasn't just going to encourage Maya, she was going to champion her. "That's not true," Anna said firmly. "And I'm going to help you see that." This wasn't about an extracurricular anymore. It was a mission. For the first time in a long time, Anna felt a surge of purpose. This was why she became a teacher. Not for the grading, not for the meetings, but for this. For this one student who needed someone to believe in her. Anna started small. She began leaving notes on Maya's assignments, not just corrections, but questions about her ideas. She'd recommend books she thought Maya would love, sharing her own favorite passages. She created a new writing club, a small, informal group that met during lunch and personally invited Maya to be a founding member. At first, Maya was hesitant. She would come to the meetings but barely speak, just listen as others shared their work. Anna never pushed, she just created a safe space. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, a change began. One day, Maya shyly read a short poem she had written. It was about a lone star, invisible during the day, but shining brightly in the darkness. The other students were silent for a moment, then burst into applause. A small, genuine smile touched Maya's lips. It was the first time Anna had ever seen her smile like that. That small victory felt more rewarding to Anna than any Teacher of the Year award ever could. As the months went on, Maya blossomed. Her confidence grew with every piece she shared. She started participating in class discussions, offering her unique, thoughtful perspectives. Her grades soared. Other students, inspired by her transformation, started to see her not as the weird, quiet girl, but as a talented writer and a kind friend. Maya had found her voice, and it was beautiful. But the most incredible transformation wasn't just happening to Maya, it was happening to Anna, too. As she poured her energy into mentoring Maya, she found her own passion for teaching rekindling. The classroom was no longer a place of drudgery. It was a stage for discovery. She started designing more creative lessons, finding new ways to connect literature to her students' lives. Her exhaustion was replaced by an invigorating energy. She remembered the teacher she had always wanted to be, the one who sees the potential in every student, especially the ones who don't see it in themselves. By the end of the year, Maya was the editor of the literary magazine. She stood on stage at a school assembly and read one of her own stories, her voice clear and confident, to a captivated audience. Anna watched from the wings, tears welling in her eyes. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated pride. But it was more than that. Watching Maya shine, Anna realized that in the process of saving this one student from her shell of insecurity, she had inadvertently saved herself from her own cynicism and burnout. Maya had reminded Anna that teaching isn't about curriculum or test scores, it's about human connection. It's about seeing the light in someone else's eyes and giving them the courage to let it shine. Anna had set out to be Maya's mentor, but in the end, this quiet, brilliant student had become hers. Maya gave her back her purpose, her joy, her reason for walking into that classroom every single day. This story is a powerful reminder that sometimes when you extend a hand to help someone else up, you find that they are the ones pulling you out of the darkness. It's about the profound, reciprocal nature of kindness. One teacher's decision to look a little closer didn't just change a student's life, it reignited her own. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this moment with me. If this story touched you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more stories that celebrate the power of human connection. And please share in the comments below if you've ever had a teacher or a mentor who changed your life. I would love to read your stories. Until next time, take care and keep shining.